During the past few weeks, the US has been celebrating National Candy Month. So we catch up with Rick Brindle, the Vice President for Industry Development at Mondelez, on his thoughts regarding the recent Sweets and Snacks Expo in Chicago that showcased a broad array of new and innovative products for the region. From your perspective, how do you feel the show went in the end?
I thought it was terrific. Like I was saying, I've been kind of tracking the attendance levels of our association events since the beginning of this year, and I mean, we started in the 50s versus 2019, and that's kind of the way we're looking at things. And I would say that Sweets and Snacks was in the high 80s of what we had in 2019, meaning 80% in terms of attendance, and it was the excitement. The excitement level. If you were there, it was palatable. It was. I felt like a ringleader at a circus. Talking to customers, talking to young professionals, talking to suppliers. Just and moving them in the right direction, and it was great. I love that level of energy at a show. It was terrific.
And this was a very special one with it being the 25th anniversary. Did that
Right.
give it an extra level of excitement all round, would you say?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure how much more excitement was needed though, because it was kind of like a real homecoming, for the sweets and snacks industry. Having it be the 25th anniversary, and then back in Chicago, as you know, last year we were in Indianapolis. It was just great. It felt like old times. Everybody was excited, and I think I heard there was over 16,000 people there. So that felt about right. So yeah, no, it was terrific. There was lots of innovation. I saw a good bit of innovation. So lots going on.
A bit, but in terms of Mondelez's own innovation, I understand there was more of a focus on the core brands rather than there being a sort of big release this year from your viewpoint. Is that right?
Yeah, we typically, it comes in a kind of an interesting time of the year for us in our product launch cycle. But we chose to take this year and focus on Mondelez International's purpose. Right snacks, right time, right way, and then also we spent a lot of time on our global commitment. So there's a lot of corporate messaging that we were able to put through. We also spoke a lot about our commitment to shopper insights. So we've got a terrific insights team, and we do the state of snacking every year, and that's been really impactful to the industry, particularly during the COVID and post-COVID shopper consumption habit period. So we've been that's been a real help to our industry, and then we demonstrated our commitment to the industry. We did a lot of booth tours. I think we had over 40 industry young and emerging leaders tour our booth, and that was an orchestrated tour. So that was fun. We were celebrating Oreo's 100th birthday, so we're demonstrating Mondelez's commitment to joy. So we had a lot of that going on, and that created a lot of excitement in the booth. But we also, from an a product innovation standpoint, we talked about Mondelez, our new Cakesters, which is a delicious soft snack on Oreo Cakesters. And we had Sour Patch Gum, which is a pretty intensely sour and then sweet gum entry from our Trident brand. We also had two new flavors of Sour Patch, which was peach and grape. They were pretty terrific. And then we took a take on something we've been doing throughout the year. We've acquired a number of companies over the last 24 months. So we had our Tate's brand there, and that's a premium cookie line. We had Enjoy Life, which is a free from 14 allergens line of food snacks.
Great.
We had Hue, which is kind of a vegan paleo gut health back to human snack company or brand. Perfect Snacks, which is a refrigerated protein snack, and we had 7 Days Baked Goods, which is brand new to the family. and they're a unique, delicious baked snack. Kind of a soft, filled croissant. Um, and we had that going. So we had a lot going on.
I mean, the brand itself has been doing some extremely strong work in America and across Europe where we are. And what do you think that has been the sort of key characteristic that's kind of kept it going through the pandemic, would you say?
Well, I tell you, I've had the privilege to work with some very iconic brands throughout my career, and I've never worked with a brand that evoked more emotion than Oreo. Oreo, I can't go anywhere with somebody finds out that I'm part of the Oreo company. They think I hear so many Oreo stories. My child's first Oreo, my first Oreo, how we hack Oreo, what's our favorite, Oreo flavor, all sorts of conversation. It's actually, it's a great time. So in and of itself, in the last 110 years, Oreo has earned a place in a lot of families' history, and so that doesn't hurt. But I would also say that around the time when Oreo turned 100, we started having some fun with Oreo, and we started with the Oreo birthday cake flavor, and we set up a booth in Times Square where we celebrated the 100th year for the entire year, by kind of calling out different things that were happening in current events as well as historical events of that year. And we would put things on social media. We would put images of Oreo where maybe if it was the anniversary of when we walked on the moon, we had an Oreo where it was a digital version of Oreo where in the cream there was a stamp of a moon foot of a astronaut's boots footprint in the Oreo. So it was that kind of thing. And the anniversary of Elvis's birthday, they put a image of Elvis on the cream. So different things like that throughout the year, and that kind of generated a lot of fun. And then from there, we just started playing around with the flavors, the limited edition flavors. And so I think that had a lot to do with it.
Great stuff indeed. It sounds like you've had a very memorable career with Mondelez. You've been there a number of years there yourself. What is the best thing about being involved with the business from your perspective?
Well, I'm in my 26th year with Mondelez, 45th in the industry. But it's the people. We have an incredible relationship with our customers. It's a very interactive partnership. And I would just say it's who we are as a culture. We are always willing to just kind of roll up our sleeves and make it work. And we do have incredible brands behind us, incredible marketing behind us. We've got, as I mentioned earlier, great shopper insights. So that's why we're often the category leader, and we focus on total store growth, not just category growth. And that helps us a great deal with our customers. So I think we're indispensable partners, and that's what we strive for.
Indeed. No, thank you for that, Rick. And just reflecting a bit about the last couple of years overall, it has been a challenging and testing time, as I've discussed with many people in the sector. So what has been the sort of the thing that's kind of carried the business forward in that time? How have you dealt with those tests?
Yeah, I think in the U.S. here we've demonstrated that partnership quite a bit. We have people in the stores. We're people in the stores that are working to order the product, to merchandise the product, to help our customers find new and different ways to display our products. And that didn't stop during COVID. We had people in the stores throughout all of 2020. We were incredibly arduous in how we kept them safe. We had three core priorities during COVID, and that was number one, safety. Number one, keep our people safe, keep our customers safe, keep our consumers safe. So we had a task force working 24/7 to make sure that we were working. We were keeping our folks in the field, and in our factories and bakeries safe. So that was number one. Number two was business continuity, keeping the business going. Um, that was a big one. Keep the lights on, and the third was to emerge stronger. So leverage whatever it is we were going to learn during this period, and multidimensionally, so that we came out a stronger, better company. So that was basically our three-pronged defense plan for COVID. And I will tell you that during the heat of COVID, 2020, and parts of 2021. It was we were laser focused on the safety of our people, and we learned a great deal about our consumers, because during that time you learn the most visceral needs, wants, conditions, and limitations of our consumers. And so one of the things we learned during COVID was that our consumers really wanted to kind of go back, go back in time a little bit, go back to those comforting moments. And so, and surprised us a bit, but we learned from it that they really wanted to go back to those brands that they grew up with. So intentionally, we backed off on any real new innovation during 20 and 21. So, and we also focused on those brands that we knew our consumers were going to want during those trying times. And I think we did a pretty good job with supplying them with that.